We're live. Okay.
Yes, I can. Yes, it tells me. Thank you. I'm aware. Thank you.
After I was like, oh wait, I have to push the button twice. I don't know.
There was
Every time.
that
Every
was
time.
just so much foreplay, like so much announced foreplay.
Every time. I don't
Every
know.
time. Every
I don't
time.
know. We're just at this point, it's just it's become habit. How many
I
times
mean,
do you have to do a thing before it becomes habit? I mean,
I wasn't aware there was a number.
you haven't seen that? There's like, I've seen, you know what? It's been on the internet. Maybe it's a lie. The internet be lying sometimes. I've seen things on the internet that say like it takes either so many days for something to become a habit, or like if you do it so many times, that's probably a lie.
So according to healthline.com, it can take anywhere from 18 to 254 days for a person to form a new habit, and an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic.
Oh, okay.
Or you can hit someone and stop a behavior immediately.
Actually, that depends. It depends on the someone, because some, you know, some people are stubborn, and you can just hit them, and they're just like, "Oh, hit me again."
Those are called masochists. Those aren't. That's called a masochist, and we're not here to shame them.
How can I shame one if I'm low key one of them?
Okay, low key. All right, that's sweet of you. I'm glad you feel that way about yourself.
Low key, just a little.
Yeah. I'm glad that you see that for yourself.
Yeah.
What was? Oh my gosh! I was talking to someone, and I became the oldest Southern Black woman. I said, you know, they were not the greatest stewards of the gift God gave them. And my friend on the other line is just like, whose auntie did you just become? Whose auntie did you just become? And why are you right?
That did sound very sad.
That's somebody's shady ass auntie. And you know, that is someone's messy ass auntie who has no part of her life together, but sure does have a lot to say about everyone else's life.
That is
that auntie who's like 40, been divorced like 3 times, has like 5 kids by 5 different men, and it has the first one to say something about your life. We all have her.
That's why. Listen, that's why I don't talk to. I'm very select with who I talk to in my family, because I'm an adult and I don't have time for that anymore. Okay.
So, hi, welcome. We were talking about being Black and having problems.
Which is, I mean, that's just life for us, you know, when you're in this country, in this
serotonin in this market.
What even is it? Like, we don't know.
I mean, I know what mine is. It's just manufactured.
Right. Listen.
In the words of Ina Garten, if you can't produce your own serotonin, store-bought is fine.
Yes. I'm looking at my bottle.
Mine's over there.
Yep. Right by my bed. Just like, don't forget to take it, girl. So you don't jump off of any cliffs. Like, I'm good.
Luckily, you're in a place that has no cliffs, so you're fine.
Actually, so fun fact about where I live. I don't want to give too much away, because
we know where you live.
Well, everyone knows I live in Oklahoma, but no one knows the town. Well, you know the town.
I know the town.
I sent you things. But,
I have also sent you things.
You have sent me things. So that's true. Yes. Back and forth. It's reciprocal. Okay. So we have, I'm pretty sure it is the tallest hill, definitely in the country. It might be the tallest hill in the world.
So a mountain?
But it's not quite a mountain. Like, it's not classified as a mountain because it's just short of like whatever the specs are for a mountain. But it's very, like, I'm looking at it from my window. It's very, very tall. If I jumped off of it, I bet it could do some damage.
Okay, it's called a mountain. I'm Googling it. It's a mountain.
They say it's not. I swear.
The internet says it's a mountain.
Are they classifying it as a mountain?
Aisha, I don't give a fuck about your dirt hill. That was the most Texan thing to it.
Wow. See, well, we're not good. Y'all, you're just jealous because y'all don't have mountains. Wait, do y'all have mountains in Texas? We don't need them.
We have everything else.
Well, okay. We have mountains here, so Texas can.
Yeah, our prairies and our tundras, our coastal plains. Yeah, eat my ass,
Asia. No one cares about those. Don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear you over Mustang Island. Fuck you. This became Italia for a minute.
Wow.
Hello and welcome.
Hello. I'm gonna start looking.
You guys read The Wise Beast of Wizarding?
It's on my list.
It's also on my list.
Yes.
It's also on my list.
Yeah. It's a one shot, right?
I don't know.
I think it's a one shot.
I don't know what anything is anymore. Yeah. So we have an agenda today.
Mm-hmm, we do.
That isn't just shit talking about how superior Texas is to Oklahoma.
It's not. They are both equally trash. Just one is bigger than the other.
We're going to continue this conversation when our children are watching. And I'm going to tell you how wrong you are.
Anyway,
we're going to continue this conversation. And I'm going to show you how wrong you are. Which might be one of the most semi-aggressive things I've ever said. So we are unboxing November's Yaoi crate. And we were lucky enough to receive a book.
Yes.
TBH a while ago.
Yeah,
but this lines up with some publishing stuff. So we're not negligent.
No, we definitely.
We have discussed.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we've agreed to start with the box. Hello, Rotten Blossoms. Thank you for joining. I'm sorry I threw shade at you in the last episode.
Oh, wait. Oh, that wasn't even who I would. Oh, it. Okay. Oh, Amanda.
And thank you for your insightful comment in which you tell me that I'm wrong. See, this is what I was always the most afraid of when starting this podcast, is that I would be the shady one who ruins everything. Well, this was always my biggest fear.
The thing is when I was editing, I was like, I thought that's not who I was thinking of. They're not who I was thinking of.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you didn't feel shaded. Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank God. All right.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh, thank God. Okay. We haven't been run out of the village yet.
Listen.
Not yet, at least. So, want to open this box?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, so we have been holding on to these boxes for a while. And normally I'm not the kind of person who gets like uppity about spoilers and stuff because I'm old and I know that my time is finite. You sons of bitches. Take one more full photo of this box.
I didn't see a dang thing.
Because I've been monitoring our Twitter for the past if I will fight someone.
I forget that. Yeah.
You sons of bitches.
So Amanda is technically it's supposed to be both of us running the Twitter account, but Amanda does such a good job that I'm just like, you know what? You go ahead and do that. I'll pop in every now and then. But I forgot that, you would have seen.
What was that uke as fuck statement of you do such a better job?
You do.
Okay, ho.
You do. You're so much better at it than I am. So I just am happy to just sit and not do it. You do great. You're amazing. So that being said, it makes sense that you would have seen spoilers. I did not. I was like,
on my personal, I was fine.
Right. That's
because everyone's a mature adult.
But on
ours, no.
That's a shame. Okay. So
I'm usually not one that super cares about that stuff. This time I cared because I've been sitting here looking at this box hungrily.
Yeah.
Not able to open it yet.
I had mine hidden so that I couldn't see it.
Like an elf on a shelf?
Like, yeah, I had it in a spot where, like, obviously where I could find it again, because listen, it would be gone. And I am like 95% sure that I have been living with ADHD for the majority of my life without realizing it.
95?
99%. And so I had to make sure that I put the box somewhere where it wouldn't genuinely get lost.
Yeah, because it would vanish.
Because it would be lost, and I'd be like, well.
And I say that 95 lovingly as someone who tests very, very high for spatial awareness issues. So trust.
Listen, I definitely took a test online just to see if maybe I should talk to my doctor about it. And I was like, I feel attacked. Right. I should. Okay, so I'm opening my. Okay. I want to say, and this is something like whenever we did our last unboxing, even Matt noticed it. Like, he said that he really likes how the boxes are decorated on the inside.
These boxes are so nice.
So nice. Like, I
love these boxes.
Oh my gosh. Like, can we just say that this is the cutest thing?
I do like this box a lot.
Like, I like the other one too. Don't get me wrong, but
I mean, the other one had semi-nude men on it. It was great.
Which is great, yes. I love how each one so far has matched with the like publisher. The main sponsor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay, so December's box is gonna be lit.
Oh. Well, it better not have
Jean-Baptiste returns. Hold on.
Okay.
I do appreciate less flower petals. I'm glad to get petals, but I'm happy for less.
Love the petals. I showed you my little wine bottle. I have
mine in a jar.
Yeah. I have a wine bottle that has like a rose
motif.
Yeah, on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, it would look so cute. So I love these.
What do you do when I'm not here with words?
I lose them. They just fly away.
They're just gone.
And I'm just like, well, I don't know what word I was looking for.
I don't know what word that is.
Look, this is adorable.
This is super cute.
Oh my gosh.
And I have a place to put all my pins now. So I'm excited for more pins.
I think I'm going to get like a cork board to put on the side of my black bookshelf. So that way people can look at something other than the blackness. I mean, well, you're looking at this blackness.
I was about to say, like
you're gonna see this.
What if I was messaging one of my friends and we were talking about pageant dresses, and she was like, "I think I really like the black one." I'm like, "I have a name."
Was your friend white? Because I love making comments like that and making white people uncomfortable because they want to laugh, but they also are like, if I laugh, yeah, they're like, is it racist if I laugh at this joke that you made at your expense?
More racist if you don't laugh. And we're not funny.
Exactly. Aw! Oh my gosh! Ah! Okay, wait. I actually really like this. I like this. This manga. Can an otaku like me really be an idol? I
haven't read it.
Yeah, it's so
Why do you all insist on giving me more charms that I have to display? I'm gonna have to move things around again.
Adorable. I love them.
And I do love a Yaoi Crate exclusive. Do you love me a goddamn exclusive?
I'm like living. Oh my gosh. It's our baby.
Our baby. It's a magnet. He's going on my fridge, and I will accept no questions.
There's a sticker too.
Fuck yes. He's so leggy.
I like legs.
I do too.
All ukes need to have long legs.
But they're supposed to be
a prerequisite. Yeah, but you can be short and have long legs. Like your legs can be longer, the longer part of your body. Does that make sense? Do you get what I'm saying?
No, considering that I'm ass, breast, and torso, it doesn't make sense. I'm 5'1", Aisha. I'm one of those like hippo potatoes with toothpicks. No, it doesn't make sense. I love Haruki-kun so much. He's doing great.
Oh, he's a precious bean. Okay. Wait,
which is weird for us because it's weird, like sexualizing him. It's like, this is our innocent child.
Well, I don't necessarily think that he's sexy.
Yeah, I know,
but I'm
like,
also an uke, and I don't. In general, I'm not sexually attracted to other uke, because it just.
Oh wait, we haven't confirmed if Haruki's of age. We don't want to sexualize minors.
He's. Oh wait, I was supposed to say he is a cartoon character. Oh wait.
Can our friends at Yaoi Crate confirm or deny that we're allowed to sexualize this drawing?
Well, he's at least old enough to
love these. He's old enough to work.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
At least 16.
Yes,
which in Texas is okay.
Yeesh, 16 is a little. I don't know about that.
Oh, we have Romeo and Juliet laws. Like, it's great, and by great I mean
yeah. Great. I think Oklahoma is similar.
I'm not shocked
because Oklahoma and Texas are the same place. I don't want to look at that because that just told me what was in there. Don't look at the card.
I like the card.
See, right? He's got a job, so
that doesn't mean he's old enough. I had a job at 16.
I did too.
Right. We could still be underage, and we could be gross. You know, that's why everyone hates Fujos, is, you know, we're really problematic and bad because we keep sexualizing cartoons. Can I just say, as someone who works in advertising,
yes,
I love cardstock, and they have such great paper.
I do agree. I agree. I just don't like to look at it because it like ruins.
I know, it gives things.
It away. Oh also, wait,
what do you want from me?
I already looked, and you know what's funny?
Yeah,
I have both of these. So I'm definitely doing a giveaway.
Yeah. Okay. So giveaways are happening.
Yes.
Yes. Smutty stickers. You know what? I was working on a board to put all my stickers on because I don't feel right putting these on my laptop because it's not like 2001. It's not 2001 and I have a job.
When we're PC, is that like military stuff? Like moving, like.
That might be it, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
He's 22! We can sexualize him! We can sexualize this cartoon character.
That hit a little close to home. Anyway, so
I have been permanent.
Okay, yeah, okay. So it is yeah. What were you saying? Sorry.
Like, no, I'm still deep in the trenches of watching fans try to tear each other apart. Over the age of fictional characters.
Yeah, I kind of saw something like I was on my personal one and I saw something and I was just like, ugh, not getting into that.
And I think what's frustrating, and I think we've mentioned this like in multiple episodes, is that like the root of that argument is something that's real.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's executed so poorly that it's just like laughable now.
Right. Well, and you know, I mean, everyone knows I'm a mom. I'm one of those people that like, I guess probably because I had a terrible childhood, I'm very much like protect the children, you know, so I'm very pro protect the children.
Sure.
And, and also I can understand when something is fiction.
Yeah,
like something is real, and
I don't think that means I'm anti-child.
Right, exactly.
Reality and fiction.
Yeah, and
the bills say.
Right, and it's kind of like, you know, the whole, like when people make the argument that like, oh, video games make people violent. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
And liking a certain, like liking thinking a character is hot in a story doesn't mean that you would think actual teenagers or children are hot.
Accurate.
Trust me, I live with a teenager and a child. They're gross and annoying, and
my younger cousin just turned 8. My younger cousin just turned 18, and he is honestly the worst goblin I've ever met.
Yeah, like no offense to any teenagers who might be watching. I know every teenager is different.
You shouldn't be watching.
You shouldn't be, but if you are, you know, no offense, but having, you know, as someone who I was a teenager once, I can tell you for sure I was an asshole. and didn't know what I was doing. And
Accurate.
that's just what happens when you're a teen. And
Accurate.
hopefully you grow out of it. Some people don't. Some people just become asshole adults, but that's
I'm sorry. Do you have something you'd like to say to me?
No, not you. No, I thought you were looking at me just now because you were like,
I was like, I'm sorry. Is there something you'd like to say?
No.
So actually, this has been on my list. Can I talk to like me really be an idol? And I'm curious about it.
I love this. I do have to preface this by saying that this does have things. Oops, I did not mean to click that. This does have things that normally I'd be like, I don't like. I'm so indignant, and I'm on my soapbox.
I've never said either of those words.
Well, I have so many times, and so when I read this,
and it was a high school series, and you were like, "This is great."
And I'm trash because I was like, "But
you're
really
not trash."
Well, I'm trash in the fact that I'm a hypocrite, basically.
No, I won't even call it hypocrisy because, like, I know for me, there are things that I'm okay in certain manga, and then others like I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
I'm excited. There's also a moment of old people nostalgia, wrapped mature manga.
Yes, love to see it, and it is very. It's wrapped definitely for a reason. I really do love this. Like I said, I already own this, and so I'm gonna do a giveaway. Actually, it's really okay. This is a funny story because I also own the next one, and
I also own the next one because you gave it to me.
Yes, I was gonna say because I've owned this 3 times, so now I've had this. So like, I had it once when like the first time I owned it, I bought it myself, right? And then the next time I got it in a box. I guess my friends at Faku like wanted to send me a box of stuff, and I told them to surprise me, and that's when I got a copy of this and another copy of this. And so I was like, well, I'll keep one of these to give away to a friend or whatever. And I ended up giving it to you. And so I have one, gave one to you. Now I have another one to give away.
You know what? This is really funny because we're creeping up on 500 followers on Twitter. Yes. And someone did say do a giveaway. And now we're confronted with multiplicity of manga.
Honestly, like this was the universe saying, ask and you shall receive. So
yeah, I mean, okay. Fair, we'll do a giveaway. I like this one.
You have
thank you.
Wait,
Hold
yes.
Got it.
It's the peanut stuff.
I know what it is. I got it. I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, so we actually can do a giveaway.
We can do a giveaway. I liked this one. I don't know if I liked it as much as you did, but I liked it.
Yeah. It
wasn't bad.
Right. It's what I will like one of the things that I really love really about both of them, but like I love that first of all, I love that Kuma is a thing. Like Same. I love seeing the hentai space kind of like branch out into I love to see gay shit. Okay.
But it always has. Like that's the weird thing. It's like it's always been a part of the hentai triangle. Yes. Fangirls tried to separate it.
Yeah. And now it's like you can't separate it because
in all fairness, and I think you've mentioned this before, hentai does have quite the stigma. And not all boys' love is as smutty as.
Right.
So like I do get the desire to separate us from the hentai triangle.
Right.
But at the same time, it's
still some of it is still
some porn. Of it's still porn. Yeah, a lot of it is still porn.
Right. Yes.
This is great.
I love this. I am so like proud of Yaoi Crate for having this partnership too. That's a big deal to me.
I'm just proud of Yaoi Crate, TBH.
I know. I love it. And like we said, definitely we're gonna end up having a giveaway that was very much like cosmic.
Yeah, that was the Lord.
Well,
that was someone.
I mean, I am a witchy heathen. So it was someone.
I am an esoteric Catholic.
Look how cute this pin.
Explain cool. I think you're better at that than I am.
So Kuma is basically the we'll say the LGBT sort of offshoot of Faku, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure it's a Faku imprint that focuses on LGBT plus smut. So far, I think it's just been Yaoi / BL. But I don't quote me on this. I probably could look it up right now, but I'm pretty sure that they do plan to have other things like Yuri as well. But don't quote me on that.
I could look this up. I could. We're not, apparently that's not where we're at, but you could.
I could. I absolutely could. But look how cute this color is.
It's cute. She cute.
I love it. Okay, I'm super happy, super excited about that box. It's
a good box.
I'm honestly very glad that I'm so glad that I subscribed for this. Because I've been loving it so far.
Yeah, it's definitely been a really, really cool experience. I think, again, like the big thing I mentioned in the ad was like the fact that it's legal and that it's, you know, making sure that mangaka and stuff like get paid. I think it's super awesome.
Yes. Side note.
Yes.
Just in case anyone's wondering, this particular episode is not being sponsored.
No.
But
we just are excited about the box.
And also the box, like these are boxes that we purchased. Like we don't have
we don't get free boxes.
Yeah, which I mean, low key, we could probably finesse it. Tyler, if you're watching.
Rachel, we don't say that while people are looking. Asia, that's not Asia.
But we put money in, like we actually do pay for our subscription.
We sure do.
And
we're not sellouts like anyone who talks about Star Wars.
What? I'm not in the Star Wars fandom, so I don't know what the heck is going on in there.
There's a huge like conspiracy that everyone who talks about Star Wars is paid off by Disney because like the movies have been so bad. It's like, so if anyone says anything nice about Star Wars, like, oh, that reviewer was paid off by Disney, they were a Disney shill. It's like, or maybe they just liked the movie. Like,
right.
You can disagree with them, but maybe they just liked the thing. That is a distinct possibility.
I hate it here. I hate it on this internet. I hate it.
I do too.
Goodness.
You want to go to the book that we got?
Yes.
Cool. You start.
So we were kindly sent
this
book for review. It's bigger than my face.
Fucking A.
Granted, I do have
a small face.
Kind of a small face, small head, whatever. Yeah. But it's still bigger. That it's huge. Okay. Yeah. When we got these in the mail,
I was like being like served court documents. I was afraid. I was like, I've done something wrong. I'm being sued. Someone's coming after me. Nope, it's just gay porn.
So this is called Romeo and Julian.
It is.
And it is by the artists Mary, I think it's Dumas.
It is
and
Dumas.
Bettina Kudkowski. I'm bad with names. I apologize if I've butchered.
Kurkowski?
Yes. Why was I trying to put an accent? See, this is anyway. So this was described as like loosely based on Romeo and Juliet.
Yes, by the obvious name.
Yes, Romeo and Julian. And so I will say that I went into this expecting something different from what it was. Yeah. And I will say, like right off the bat, pretend like this has nothing to do with Romeo and Juliet, and you will absolutely enjoy this so much more.
Nail on the head.
Yeah, you will enjoy this so much more if you go into it getting the whole Romeo and Juliet thing out of your mind. Yes, they
Right.
are named Romeo and Julian, but
and there are a lot of other characters named.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, Rotten Blossom, she is thick. This book is thick and heavy. And thick. It's good. I love it.
Thick.
The cover is pretty. Okay. This is where I have to say that I'm a literature major. The full length of my degree, because I usually just say it's English Communication Arts. The full length of my degree, because it's a double major, is English Language Literature and Communication Arts.
Okay.
So I'm a lit major and a communications major, which is why I'm so insufferable. Where is the lie? It was almost distracting that this is even set loosely around Romeo and Juliet. And I think, because Aisha and I talk when we do this kind of thing. And I think the consensus that we came down to was this would be so much better if these were just like OCs and had different names.
Yes.
It's not bad. Like, we're definitely not, because like, we were sent this. It's obviously this was expensive to send. I don't want to think about how much it cost.
I don't want
to think about how much it costs to ship this child-sized book.
Huge. Look,
it's so big.
Like my face.
Yeah, it's really big. So I definitely and I don't even think I could skewer it because it wasn't bad.
No.
I think it'd be so much better if they had just stayed away from that.
Yes.
And especially like me having more of a footing in the literary aspect of it, where it's really hard to separate.
Right.
Just
yeah. So I guess we should say what it's about. So basically, the setting. So
setting's modern.
The setting is modern, and the character Julian, his family owns like this land where they host a Renaissance fair, I guess every year or something like that. And for this Ren fair, of course, he works there. They all work there, and they get into character. And I guess that it's like kind of like Shakespearean times is when their focus.
Well, it's a Ren fair. That's the setting.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a Ren fair.
I've only been to one Ren fair, and it was interesting.
It's a Ren fair. That's when
I think I was the only brown person there.
That doesn't shock me, but
no. But I'm gonna dress up next time. If we go again, I'm gonna.
Fun fact, I love Ren Fair.
Yeah, I think it would have been more fun if I had been like. Now that I know what to expect,
yes,
I'm gonna dress up, and I'm gonna have my boobies out as much as possible, in like a cute little, in like the winch dresses or whatever, the corset. Anyway, so the point is, back to this review.
Again, I'm just letting you do it.
So back to this review. So basically, it's a Ren Fair setting, which I will say I loved that. I loved the idea of it being set in a Ren Fair, and
but like a Ren Fair in like Modesto, California.
Yeah,
like a Ren Fair, like in the back of a mall development. I'm assuming. Like, do you know those like sketchy parking lot carnivals? Like that. The term is stays for Elizabethan corset. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, this. I couldn't think of what the words. Yes, this is what I need. I need as much power as possible.
Right. As much power as possible. Okay, yes. Relax.
Yeah. So yeah, it's set in a Ren Fair, and there is, like Julian is playing the part essentially of Juliet, and he is dressed up as a girl. He looks all cute and stuff.
Yeah, he does.
He looks cute. He does. Amanda does not love the dynamic between Julian and Romeo, because Romeo meets Julian thinking Julian is a girl and like randomly kisses Julian like they just
the
met.
hardest boner for a person you just met.
Like they literally don't even know each
in
other.
all fairness, true to the source material, that also happened. But when it's high melodrama, it makes sense.
Yes.
When it's just two fucking kids, it's weird. And they're not kids. Like I think they're like both in college.
They're college age, like 22, something like that.
They're children to us. Like it's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I personally don't love that trope because it'd be one thing if it was one and done, but Julian keeps finding himself in ladies' clothes.
Yes,
and there's
because Romeo likes it.
Just admit you're fucking gay. Just come out
to
your parents. No one cares. It's California in the wine country in modern times. No one cares.
No one cares. And they both have very like queer well, I guess Romeo's family.
Romeo's family is pretty.
Yeah. Romeo has a gay ass cousin. Isn't his cousin the one that
leave Benvolio alone? Leave Benvolio alone.
I love him though.
He was doing his best.
He was one of my favorite characters. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know why Romeo was being so weird because it's like, but
like you're surrounded by gay.
Yeah, like how you're surrounded. Why are you weird?
It's like all quiet on the Western Front, but gay. Like you're surrounded on all faces of gay.
Yeah, it's like it's okay. Out. You can come out. I don't think anyone will care. And it was just that. It was just
also bisexuality is real.
Also that.
Very that. Bisexuality is real.
So
the art's great.
The art, yes. Okay. And I don't think I can really I don't think we can show too much.
Showing. No showing.
Yeah, because we will get flagged. Well, actually, this isn't inappropriate.
We'll post something on Twitter.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, follow us on Twitter and you can see pictures there. But the
anatomy is good.
The anatomy good. The anatomy is probably my favorite thing about the art.
Okay.
I do because I was very impressed. Like
the anatomy's good. Yeah. Also, something that Asia and I talk about a lot. There's use of lube.
Yes, and there's a condom scene.
And there's multiplicities of condoms.
Yeah,
so two things we like a lot.
Yes. There is two relationships that I like. I do like Romeo's cousin's wild, like friends with benefits relationship with the blue-haired guy. They were just funny to me, and
they're just going at it. And
they were.
Like, you know
I
what?
loved them.
Be fucking free.
Yes, they were great. I also loved
Julian's gay ass uncles are great.
Yes, I loved the uncles. I love the side story too about the uncle, like because they had this. This is separated in acts, in acts. I don't know much about plays. Okay,
I know too much about plays.
Yeah, and it's separate. It's acts, right?
It is acts.
Yes, and there are intermissions, and those. No,
that's not what that word means.
Hold on. What is it called? Like, wait. Anyway, there's. Anyway, there are breaks.
No, it's still telling a story. It's a side story. It's an interquel. An interquel is what you're thinking about.
That. Listen.
Yes.
I went to college for Spanish.
I was going to say you went to a public school and that felt like really classist and mean.
Also, wow.
Like that felt too mean even for me. Which should tell you something that I looked at that comment and was like, oh, that's mean. Like someone went to public school.
Oh, I did.
Someone went to public school.
So the side stories were cute.
The side stories were cute. There were a lot of things that I liked a lot. I just, why did you have to make it Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, that's the one thing. Same.
Just why? Because it's so. Either you needed to make this like the Baz Luhrmann movie, where you're doing it and you're committing and you know it's ridiculous and it's fucking weird, or you don't do it at all. Like you can't half-ass Romeo and Juliet. I think that's where I found myself the most distracted. Is you can't, because here's the problem. It's a really toothless story. And I say that lovingly. Like it reminds me of like the old BL that I used to read. There's no consequences. There's no stakes. We're just here to see some dicks and have some fun.
Yes.
But you're adapting it loosely from a story that has like the highest fucking stakes. And it's a lot of people dying.
Right.
So you're taking this from a story that is like Stakes the musical. And toning it down so far that I think the highest stake is finding out that Julian is a guy and then everyone's okay with it.
Even like the feud between the
is super contrived and dumb.
And it
gets resolved.
Yeah. Nothing comes of it. This is one of those, you know how I say so many times after many BL and Yaoi that I've read, that there are times when I wish that I could just have like an art book.
I would love an art
not
book
have like, or just make the story just super like so fluffy that it's just make the story so fluffy that it's just I love it. Like you can't help, like there are some stories that are so fluffy and ridiculous that you can't help but love it, especially if you get to see dicks. Like that's what I would have loved this, because I just the whole like Romeo and Juliet but gay aspect. Well, Romeo and Juliet, there's some gayness.
Not canon, but yes.
Not canon, but
I mean, there's there's definitely some homoerotic readings, but
yes. But yeah, I couldn't get
I couldn't
because I kept thinking, oh, this is supposed to be Romeo and Juliet, and it doesn't feel like it, and it was hard to get past that.
Or when you introduce a character like Mercutio or like Benvolio or like Tybalt, and they're just toothless twinks, which is fine.
Yeah,
but it's like no, like.
Yeah, I think it's
change the names, and I think it's great.
Right. It's almost like, which this is not BL and it's not even a comic, but there's a book series. There's a book series that I have not read, but I watch a lot of booktubers who talk about it, and it's like supposed to be based off of like of Beauty and the Beast, but then they read it and it's like. And from what I've heard, it just doesn't sound like Beauty and the Beast. Like there are elements to it, but then it just goes completely different. That's how this feels. Where it's like I'm being told, like, "Oh, this is like Romeo and Juliet," but then I read it and it's like,
"No,
is it?"
Yeah,
I would read this again and just pretend like it has nothing to do with Romeo and Juliet.
Right. Like I definitely I recommend it. I don't think it's bad.
No,
it was just
it's fun.
It's funny in a lot of places.
I laughed a lot, actually. Like, and again, there are couples in here that I really loved.
Right. There's a shocking amount of diversity when it would have been really, really easy to cop out of that.
Yes.
It would have been super easy to cop out on the diversity, but they did it and it didn't feel like ham-fisted or anything. I liked it. Like, please don't take my critique as not liking it. I just think that like that was a choice. And it was a choice that I think could have either paid off or not. And in my opinion, and I'm assuming Inatia's as well.
Yeah.
It did not pay off.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's a choice. That's a choice. And it do take nerve. But it do take nerve.
Yeah.
But it's not a choice that I think in this instance paid off, because you're talking about one of the most recognizable stories in history. Now, if you had done it like Taming of the Shrew, where like no one knows about that play.
The only reason I know about it is because of 10 Things I Hate About You.
Dang.
Which is still to this day one of my favorite movies, because I saw it when I was 13 on my 13th birthday.
Okay.
And
right, like if you had taken like one of the other Shakespeare's, if you did this with Othello, Like you've taken the most known Shakespeare story, which is nothing but stakes. The play is nothing but stakes.
Yeah, even the ballet. Like I've sat and watched the ballet.
Not the ballet.
Not in real life, but like on YouTube, and it's dramatic as hell too. Like
it's high melodrama.
Yes,
but okay, like let's make it like Legally Blonde. And that just doesn't jive. It doesn't jive. Like Shakespeare has comedies. He wrote a bunch. Like do one of the comedies if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But like you've taken the most iconic and dramatic couple and you've made it a Will and Grace episode.
Yeah, because there's nothing.
There's nothing dramatic. There's no stakes.
It's again. It is. It's fun. Like I don't know. It's fun. It's goofy. Yes. It's silly.
Yes.
And we all know that I love fun, goofy, silly things. But I don't think that. I think it does a disservice. By
not a disservice. Not a disservice.
By saying that it's
an homage
based on
to Will Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Oh my god, all the literature major just came out in one violent moment.
It's okay. I mean, like that's.
It was a choice. It was a choice.
I liked the Ren Fair idea. I think that.
Would 12th Night have been better? Literally any of the comedies. Put the comedies in a hat, shake the hat, and pull out a comedy. 12th Night, fucking A Midsummer's Night Dream, Taming of the Shrew. Just put the comedies in a hat, shake the hat, and pull out a comedy.
And make it gay.
And make it gay. And well, in the case of A Midsummer's Night Dream, gayer than it already is.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't do one of the dramas.
Yeah. Because again, I went into it expecting.
Well, but like, don't put that on you. It screams at you that you're supposed to read it that way. Like that's authorial intent. That's intended use. Yes, Midsummer's Night Dream is great. Also very gay. But like, it's telling you in fucking glitter pasta that you're supposed to do this. And then when you do it, it doesn't pay off. That's authorial intent.
Yeah.
So if I'm standing outside with flags saying, I want you to read it this way, of course you're going to read it that way.
And we did.
And we did. And it
was like, dang it. But yes.
I have a fan blowing, so the pedals are kind of like, I feel like Farrah Fawcett a little. I feel a little bit like Farrah Fawcett. It's kind of great.
Oh man. But yeah, no, I did enjoy it.
It's fun.
Would you want to give it an actual like star rating or?
Oh fuck. How many stars are we using? We're using 10 or 5?
5. Like, okay, out of 5, one being like would not recommend, 5 being would definitely recommend, and then of course like the other ones kind of being.
I would say, depending on when you ask me, between 2.5 and 3.
Okay.
Because I think if I had slept a little bit more, I might be more generous. Because I do think that there's a lot of good elements in it. I think there's a lot of. I think one thing that kept coming to mind when I was reading was potential. There's a lot of potential in this storytelling. A lot of the character craft and traits are really interesting.
Yes.
I wish you hadn't said this is Benvolio.
Yes.
I wish you hadn't said this is Mercutio. I wish you hadn't said this is Romeo. Because on their own, like as OCs, they're fine.
Yes.
They're fun. But now you've given me an expectation and it's not meeting and it can't meet.
Right.
So
I agree with that. And I would say I would really solidly give it a 3 because I did not like, I I did not read this and then regret reading it. Like I wasn't like,
Right.
oh
Like
my gosh, I wasted my time. Like I was like,
right.
you
I
know,
didn't want this like extracted from my brain. Like
right,
it
yeah,
wasn't bad. I can't say
mm-mm,
it was bad.
right. And it is something like I would recommend it with the caveat that it's
Ignore the
not
back of the
Romeo and
book.
Juliet.
Yeah, ignore what the author wants you to do.
Yeah.
And
And just yeah, go into it. Just expect to have fun.
mhm.
Because the art is nice. The one thing I did want to say about the art,
Yes.
I don't like sometimes the eyebrows were distracting me. Like aesthetically, they weren't
Sometimes the
like
eyes did look
mine.
a little dead.
Like, yeah, there are some things, but mind you, I have no drawing talent, so I'm like
Accurate.
so I'm like, I mean,
I
can I
also have no
really?
drawing talent. So I'm usually like the last person to comment on art
Right.
because
I'm
I
just
know
like,
how hard it is to do stuff like this. Writing I do all the time, so I'll throw hands.
right. But yeah, no, I like even just flipping through here, I do the anatomy looks
The anatomy is good.
so
Like
good.
I
And
yeah,
the
I wish they were
penises are
OCs.
nice looking. I do wish they were
I just
OCs.
wish they were OCs.
And I wish that this could have been a story about like a college dude that came home for a break and then went to a Ren fair because his cousin made him go, and then met this, even
smoking twink.
right, exactly. And you know what? I'll even take that I thought you were a girl at first and
I'll
then
take it
realized I was
once.
gay.
I'll take
Yeah.
it once.
I'll
I'll take
take
it
that.
exactly one time.
That's
And if
a
you
meet
keep
cute.
doing it, I'm gonna hit you with a broom.
Right.
Keep fucking doing. Also, so here's something that happens to me as a writer is I ask questions.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck has Julian been doing all these years? Has he just been going like city to city fucking around dressed as a girl? Like, what was his life? Where's his backstory?
I feel like Julian has been living the life.
Living the bohemian life, and I'd like to
I
know
love
more
to see it, honestly.
Right, like that's
can
something
I be
that
Julian? I am Julian. I'm basically Julian. What am I doing?
Say anything.
What am I doing?
Not going to say anything.
I am Julian. Maybe that's why.
I was going to say no. I would like the record to state, Your Honor, if the glove does not fit, you must acquit. I wasn't going to say anything.
Ooh.
But yeah, like tell what the fuck is his story?
Right.
What's he been
doing? Anything about
Where does he go to school? Does he go to school?
He go to school?
Is it like Harry Potter? Where like
maybe he's homeschooled but in college. Like that's not even
so not homeschooled. So you can't do that.
That's true.
Does he go to ITT Tech?
Maybe. University of Phoenix, which is a drag for myself because I did that once and that was a mistake.
Maybe he went to the same psychology classes as Kurose from 10 Count. Just saying. Maybe they went to the same fake university.
With their fake certificates. Oh my gosh. Yeah, not sure.
I can't say it's bad. Like in good faith, I can't say it's bad.
No, definitely can't. Oh, my nose is itchy on camera. Why?
I just wish they hadn't made this Romeo and Juliet so aggressively. Because either
I'm looking at pictures and just the anatomy is so.
It's good anatomy, and that's something that we complain about a lot.
Yes,
that's something we whinge about regularly.
They look like people. Their proportions are okay. Like they look like cartoons, obviously, but like,
I was gonna say, I don't know where you went to school, but there's not a single boy.
No. Yeah, actually, like not even one.
I don't know where you went to school,
girl. I went to school in BFE, where all the boys look like. They were wearing camo and bringing their guns to school in the back.
Not camo and guns.
Yes, definitely camo and guns. They were going hunting, like hunting season. They weren't even coming to class. Like that's how country.
So do you want to know something cool about my alma mater?
Sure.
When I was there, it was 75% female to 25% male.
You went to like a Yuri lover's dream. I would have been such a hoe, just making out with all the girls.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
You said, well, maybe
I mean, the perks of going to a Catholic college.
That is definitely, that is definitely a Yaoi setting.
Oh, absolutely. We have a bell tower and everything.
I am envious. I am so envious.
Yep.
Oh, if I had gone to a mostly girls school or an all girls school.
A mostly girls Catholic school built in the 1800s.
Listen, the way.
Yep. Good times.
Woo.
Good times. Every professor I know is disappointed in me now. I'm just kidding. Actually, one really likes me.
One.
At least two.
Okay.
One is dead.
Oh, well.
Okay, no, two are dead. Father Elias, who I fought with over female reproductive rights, and Brother Terry, my Latin teacher. The priests are dead. I did not kill them.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of concerns, though, about this California where everyone owns land.
Right.
I know it's fiction, but like everyone owns land.
I love how I've now got you, like now you're flipping through it too, because it's just like
I'm done flipping. Okay.
There's some pictures that I really do.
We round out to 3 out of 5 stars. Do recommend.
Yes.
Thank you for sending us this. How much was shipping?
Just, I don't want to know.
I would feel bad. I would feel like I'd have to say nicer things about it.
Right. I mean, again, we did not hate this. 3 out of 5 stars is
that's a passing grade.
That's a really that's a good score. Like
that's out of me, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, it is readable for sure.
It's very readable.
I will keep it and I will definitely read it again. Like, because sometimes if I don't be liking, you already know if I don't like something,
but you would never say it on camera.
Yes, I do all the time.
I would never say
all
it on
the time.
Camera.
I'm like, I'm not gonna keep this.
I would never say it on camera. I would never be like, yeet.
I have said it many times. I have done whole videos where I'm like, I'm getting rid of these things, not keeping this, not keeping that.
Okay.
This and this.
Well, Aisha's a rude asshole, and I'm trying to be polite and make sure that we get sponsors again.
Sometimes I've been getting away with stuff, and I'm like, okay.
Isn't thin privilege great?
I don't know if it's. Oh well. You know what? Let me not be trash because honestly, you know what? It's true. I will be honest and say there's a lot of things
that you get away with.
I have because
not only privilege of being light skinned.
Okay, what we're not gonna do is call me light skinned because that is not accurate.
Aisha, we're the same shade. That's what I thought. I can do this with one hand too easily.
I'm just still upset.
Because I'm right?
But you just call me light skinned.
Aisha's upset because I told the truth.Got it.
So yeah, definitely.
The second title of this podcast, Aisha's mad that Amanda told the truth.
I realize that I have there's some privileges that I have and allow me to get away with
nonsense.
Just being ridiculous on camera. But yeah, I will keep this.
I'll keep it.
No.
I don't know on what shelf it's going, but I'll keep it.
Right. I have a dedicated not manga shelf. It is huge.
It's so big.
It is very, very big. I feel like how much it costs to print.
How much does this cost to print?
And it's all in color.
It's gorgeous. This could stop a bullet.
Ooh, it really could. You know what? This actually makes me think of like a coffee table book. I wouldn't put it on my coffee table because I don't want to.
Do you know what book is on my coffee
myself
table?
enough.
An Illustrated History of the Marquis de Sade.
Nerd.
Can I help you? Did I tell you about the 2 e-girl things I have coming in the mail tomorrow?
Oh, one of them's your chair, right?
Yes.
But I didn't know there was another one.
I got a melatonin vape pen.
I mean, I have a vape pen, but it's...
I know you do.
Not melatonin.
I know it's not. But I got a melatonin vape pen, and I have my e-girl chair coming in.
Is that it? Like, do e-girls do I see? I don't know anything about e-girls.
Some of them do vape to keep up with the men. Also, it's a sign you're orally fixated, which I
mean, considering that I'm recently having to like rest my jaw because I started to get maybe like a slight case of TMJ from my oral fixation. So so I was told that I can have a 2-week break.
All right then. It's a good book. I'm not getting rid of it. Does anyone have any questions about our most recent episode in which we talked about what the fuck did we talk about?
I know. I was just gonna ask.
Fanworks and Doujin,
and like just it was like fanworks and Doujin, and then also just fandom in general.
It was
what it ended up being. Like it ended up
like
being,
every episode. Like every episode.
Yeah.
If you have any questions about that, or comments or corrections, now is the time to bring them forward.
Yeah.
Try to scrub my mind of Aisha's oral fixation. I don't know why I'm judging. Like I'm not equally.
It feels good fixated right now, though.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm happy for
you. Yeah. Hopefully,
as if I'm not equally orally fixated.
It's just, it makes a lot of sense, honestly, for me. Like, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. Same for me.
Yeah,
but
I mean, there's
But yeah, I think that once more that was a good episode. I think it was a good discussion.
I agree.
Trombone therapy for TMJ. Oh yeah.
Oh, what is that? Okay, I'm gonna look into that because and I don't like it's weird because I don't think I ever really had those issues before. It's just been recent. My jaw has been working more than usual. So
okay. Okay. Be careful.
Oh no. See,
I've never had that problem.
I do not want that. Oh no.
Allergies also can cause TMJ.
I have severe.
That is not the reason she has TMJ.
It is not because I've had severe allergy issues for my whole life. But
that is not the reason she suffered from TMJ.
It is not. But I'm gonna use this as the reason. Get out of it. You know who this is, right?
No.
It's Matt.
Oh, hello.
The reason I have TMJ problems.
Did you want to say
you know what? I do. Okay, because I also have anxiety, and I do think that I clench my teeth or something like in my sleep and didn't realize it.
Okay, but you want to say again, loan words do tend to find new meanings in their language, so we aren't saying that you were wrong. Just means absolutely, and I did not take it as like that. I mean, again, like I was super happy to get the correction because again, like I only know it for the world that I have around it. And you're right, that's the whole issue with words that we borrow is that they do tend to kind of grow legs and become and mutate differently. So I was super happy to hear other sides of the etymology of that word because like I had a very linear definition of what that meant from years of only being here and experiencing this fandom. So I was super happy to receive it and very, very receptive.
Right.
This whole chat is just trying to help you with your TMJ when it is
I love it.
When it is a well-deserved punishment for your actions. Like my sports injury.
What kind of sports were you doing?
The kind that involved a harness, Velcro, and having my arms behind my back for a couple hours.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I went to work and my shoulder hurt. And my boss asked, "What's wrong with your arm?" And I said, "Sports injury."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what kind of sport?
The good kind.
Sports injury.
The only kind that I play, because
I do play other sports. Fun fact.
I don't.
Okay. I do play other sports. I have played other sports. The sports I played, I'm sure, surprised no one.
I feel like, did you play softball?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Were you, I feel like you were probably catcher.
Can I help you?
No, you weren't?
No. Outfield or shortstop?
Okay, shortstop was going to be my other guess, because I was like, it's been years since I played softball.
To like think of the diamond.
Yes. Well, I played softball briefly because my mother played softball and she forced it on me, and I was terrible at it. I hate it. I don't like there's only specific kind of balls that I like coming at my face, and it's not.
Okay, firstly, it shouldn't be coming at your face. That's a bad pitcher. That's a pitcher who doesn't like you. Also, thank you for your contributions on Quizzilla. We also you're welcome. I feel like I deserve the We a Boomer senior breakfast at IHOP. And just slide a card.
Which may or may not ever happen.
I mean, okay, like we're gonna get vaccines soon. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm not a pitcher. Well, okay. I switch between pitcher and catcher in that.
I be catching.
I'm aware. So to Aisha, I am pitcher.
Catching these hoes. Catching these.
To the guy who tied me up, I was catcher.
Oh man.
Soccer and karate. Joint injuries suck. Mm-hmm. I also used to play tennis, which again should surprise no one.
No. I was a cheerleader in high school.
And I'm shockingly good with swords.
That's scary.
Why?
I don't know. There are just some people who I'm like, I don't
trust you with a weapon.
Yeah. Because
why, Aisha?
It's kind of like, I think about how when I was younger, I was always really, I'm still into witchcraft, but like I was always told by people in my family that it's a good thing that I don't have those powers because they fear that I would use it.
So you don't like me with swords because you know it would be used.
Mm-hmm.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could, and I like senses like, because I would 100%, like if I had powers like on the craft, for example, I would 100% exact all kinds of revenge on people. I would be a terrible person, which is why I don't have powers.
Not false. Yeah, I really like swords and swordplay.
I can see that.
Fun fact about your Amanda. I like swords and swordplay a lot. The longest one I've wielded was a claymore that is taller than me by at least a foot.
I mean, to be fair, most things are taller than you.
I'm sorry. I just said that I wielded a sword that's 7 feet tall, and you want to come at me. All right, that's fair.
You have it right now, though?
No, because it's 7 fucking feet tall. What am I going to do with that?
You're going to hit me. You're going to hit me with a claymore through the computer?
No, the computer's nice. I need to stay. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions or comments with that episode, like I still think it was a great episode.
Yeah.
There is a sport like that.
Ooh,
I
that
really,
sounds so dangerous and beautiful. I love dance. I'm like obsessed.
I
I'm
want a
obsessed.
naginata so badly.
You would know about that, so you're a nerd.
Can I help you? Is there something that I can do for you? I want a naginata so badly. I love pole arms. They're great. And you can use the butt end to like keep people at distance. They're usually slashing weapons rather than stabbing weapons. The naginata is great because it's actually a slash and a stab. Because it's basically just it's a katana on a stick. It's perfect. Hello there, sword. I see your power. It's a katana on a stick. It's a perfect weapon. You can slash and thrust. Do you know how few weapons you can do that with? You usually can only do one or the other.
I don't know anything about weapons.
See, I need a Scottish husband because the Scots also dance with swords.
I think that's awesome to watch.
I think that sounds great. That sounds hella fucking sexy.
I am terrified of sharp things, so I would and I'm so clumsy. Well, it's really odd that because like I'm not clumsy when I'm dancing, but I am clumsy with sharp objects. So I would absolutely end up like chopping off my own arm or something if I tried to dance with swords. So
I don't think that. I think you'd be okay.
No.
Okay, I tried. No. Let's see. Ooh. Any good single volume yaoi you'd recommend? Stuck at home and no compromise. Okay, single volume.
I'll be right back. Let me go. Let me go. I'll be right back. Okay.
I don't do single volume shit. That's the problem. I like series. Okay, whew. So I know we mentioned a couple Fumi Yoshinaga titles in our Fumi Yoshinaga episode. There's Lovers in the Night. That's probably really, really good. Jacques and Gerald, which you don't need to have read the other series for. Truly Kindly is another pretty good one. And those are all like single volume compilations or anthologies. So those would be ones that I recommend. Basically anything Fumi Yoshinaga. Welcome back.
Okay, so besides the ones that were in, the Yaoi crate box,
and those,
yes, I would also recommend, and I'm going to take this down so that y'all can actually see what I'm showing. So I recently read this one, and I liked it.
Okay,
I would say I'd probably give it, if I'm out of 5 stars, probably. I would say a 3. It was very interesting. It's not the smut. If you're looking for like smut, it's not really there, but there's a very like melancholic, borderline depressing feel to it. So if you're in the mood for that, definitely look into it. Kind of the premise is this guy is actually in a painting and he comes out of the and this guy right here is an art, what do they call them? Art something. He does something in the arts, and this guy comes out of the painting and some stuff happens, and it's very interesting. I did a terrible job of explaining it, but it is good. So shut up, Amanda.
I won't. I will not. I will not be silenced.
I would also recommend Night S.
They have a sequel though.
There's a sequel?
There is.
Oh, never mind.
Well, I mean, it's self-contained. Like you don't need to read the
because I don't have the sequel. And I haven't read it, but I really did like this. Y'all already know. You already know.
She has such better work too. Literally read.
Yeah, but for single volumes, and this is the only one I've read so far.
Literally read any of the other ones.
I love this.
There's so many more.
I have Coyote, like I'm collecting it, but it only
Coyote is so good.
But I haven't started reading it because I haven't started reading it, okay? Because I'm waiting.
On what?
I want to binge it. Anyways, Our Dining Table is really cute and good.
That's not single.
Yes, it is. It's a single volume.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, this is a single volume for sure.
I don't know where I am.
And okay, this one is not this is not a single volume. It is 2, but
a multiplicity of volumes.
But it's so good. Okay, it's so good. If you like mess, it's good. And then of course Fumi Yoshinaga stuff. But
I mentioned those while you were gone.
Oh, did you? Okay, I always hesitate because since they are out of print, like I know that not everyone
has access
to look for them. Yeah. So, but anything Fumi Yoshinaga is gonna be fun.
There's a few Koyoneda titles that are single. So No Touching at All is a single.
Oh,
and so is Even So I Will Love You Tenderly. So those are singles, and she does like just chill melodrama pretty well. Yay! I loved you guys' fan works and Dojin's episode. You guys have taught me a lot. I'm glad. Amanda, I think we went to the same college. Did we? Because if we did, I was president of the anime club.
Interesting.
There's actually a few colleges here that have bell towers. We have like a belt of Catholic colleges that all are like in a giant dick measuring contest to be the most like serene and beautiful. I think
look is just so crusty.
I don't think mine is the prettiest of the colleges. Like I've been to other colleges in the Catholic belt here. And I don't think mine is the prettiest. I think we're up there. But I still think that there's other colleges that are prettier than mine.
Interesting. Oh,
let's see. Which online fan space have you occupied in the past? How did you find the community? Was it more or less toxic? Okay, so fan spaces, Quizilla, Tumblr, Zanga. I feel old. Twitter now, AO3. I think those fanfiction.net. So Pottermore technically back in the day when that was a thing. Gendo.com was a huge fan space that I was a part of and still am a part of. I think those are it. For you, Twitter.
I've said so many times that like back in the day I wasn't part of online fan communities because I didn't know they existed, and I was a mom. I didn't have to. I was on Gaia though. I did play. I was on Gaia.
Okay.
Because I started playing Gaia. It was 2004. It was like my first year of college when I first started playing Gaia. And but at that point it wasn't as much as you didn't go there for fandom. You went there to like play
the game, and it happened to be there,
and dress up your cute little avatar. And I had friends in real life that also played, and we would like sit in we were all like the newspaper staff in college, and so we would like go to the newsroom and use the computers to play on Gaia because we were trash. And so I continued playing on Gaia like for a couple of years after that. And so when I first started reading manga, I was still playing on Gaia, and I think I had kind of found some people that liked like Fruits Basket because that's what I was mostly reading at that time. But I still didn't really, there wasn't really much of like a fan space. So
it still blows my mind that you were in college when I was entering high school.
Yeah.
As far as how did I find them, honestly, a lot of it was just like stumbling across it. Like in the early days, it was just getting lucky. It's easier to find them now. Like there's entire Discord servers just for Yagami Yato and thirsting over her work. but mostly just accident. And then as far as more or less toxic, I don't really know. I think it's different kinds of toxicity. Like we mentioned in that episode, like the gatekeeping and a lot of that stuff. And like, honestly, it's been kind of like eye-opening talking to Aisha, where it's like, that was really bad. It's like, was it? Like, because I didn't know. I didn't know better.
Yeah.
It's like people were shitty to you. It's like, really?
Right.
Like I didn't. So I can't say that it was less toxic. I think it was just a different kind of toxic because it was less antagonistically toxic. I think everyone still understood that, like, even if it was somewhat toxic, we were trying to get something out of each other rather than tear each other down. And that's the part of modern fandom that I don't understand. Where it's a lot of like throwing out words that have real life consequences and do not apply. Like that part I don't get. Like that oversensitive part that's like, you're attacking my OTP and that's wrong. Oh my God. There was someone on Twitter who said calling a fictional character a himbo is racist because anytime you downplay the intelligence of a character of color, it's inherently problematic. Eat my whole ass. He's a drawing.
I guess I get, and I feel like I've expressed this so much. I just like hearing that, like it exhausts me.
It's exhausting. It's so tiring.
Yeah, it makes me not want to, like, and don't get me wrong, like I love engaging with my people on Twitter.
Don't ever refer to us as my people. Don't ever do that.
I feel like because y'all are my people. Like I just love y'all, and you're my people. We're like, it's like
coming to America shit. My people. Don't you ever refer to
she's your queen.
Don't you fucking ever.
But like I do enjoy like interacting with mutuals on Twitter.
Same.
But as far as like really deep dive, like getting really into like fandom, it's just not for me.
See, and like, so for me, like because I have a whole alt Twitter where I do this. I've been able to dip my toe in just enough, and then I'll see a hot take like that, like it's time to go to bed.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's basically what it is for me. It's like we're scrolling. We don't know what color this character's hair is. We're doing fan theories. Okay, this is good. Good thread. Calling this character. This is okay. We're done.
Right.
Go to sleep. Like it's almost like a checkpoint for me. Where it's like, okay, you've been on Twitter too long. It's time for you to go to sleep.
Right. Yeah. I don't talk to people that I'm not familiar with because I don't even want to get like,
that's fair.
Yeah. Because But I
will say like this, I think at least for me, there's a portion of that's exhausting, but it's also just funny.
Yeah.
But in a sad way. Yeah. Like, but it's just like, oh my, like the fact that we're still arguing about sexualizing fictional characters. Do y'all have nothing better to do? Really? Do you have, yes.
You know what's interesting? And this could be just me conflating things, but it's interesting because I'll see a lot of people complaining about this sexualization of fictional characters, but then when like all this, so like I saw recently a lot of discourse about Shonen Jump, and like continuing to
work with a creator that is a growth person.
Yes. But I haven't really, but it's interesting because like I've seen discourse about it and I've seen a lot of people like being like saying like, oh, well, he's changed, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if they're the same people. Like, I'm sure they're not the same people.
They're not.
But it's just so strange to me to see both of those things. Because I'm just like,
okay. So two things. One, no, those are not the same
right.
people doing
that. I assumed that they weren't. Oof.
Two, we're actually going to talk a lot about that in our next episode.
Okay. Cool.
I feel too old for some engagement. It's like, I know the person who wrote. You know what? Also fair. I love and I hate that because there's a portion of me that like a lot of the newer fans do feel like older fans should have gone into that good sweet night. But then there's also this part of me that's like, I built the bridge you're standing on. Like, fuck you. If I want to join in and talk about how thick Endeavor is, let me.
Yeah. You know what? This leads me to, and this might sound like, again,
I
it could be
have
because
anxieties now.
it could be because I am the mother of 18. Like Fox is 14.
Yes.
You know, and I think that I think he's very intelligent. I can have conversations with him. I don't think that teenagers are stupid, but we're just on different wavelengths, different levels, and I cannot have the same kind of conversation with a teenager that I can with someone closer to my age. And that especially is apparent on Twitter, which is where I mostly spend. And so it's like, I think
I'm not sure if it's conflating. I think, because you know what it reminds me of? Because I was that smart ass kid. You can be that smart ass kid at any age.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, so fun story. My younger cousin, it was me, my friend Greg, my aunt, and my younger cousin. And my aunt's like, hey, I'm going to go pick up Panda Express. And me and Greg are like, oh my God, I'm starving. This is great. My younger cousin whips up, you don't know what starvation is. And when I tell you, my head flipped around like the Crypt Keeper. Like, my body's still facing here, my head's back here. And I looked at him and I said, if you are smart enough to say that, you're smart enough to understand what hyperbole is. Like, I don't think that's not an age thing. That's just being that fucking kid.
Yeah.
I don't think that's an age thing. Because I wasn't like that as a teenager. Well, I mean, I was, but like not on the internet.
Right. That's true.
Hold on. Where Mizumi-con used to take place. You are very close.
Oh, so did you really go to this or to a similar?
No, but they're my school sister.
Oh, interesting.
And I've paneled at Mizumi-con many times. I'm one of their veteran panelists. So that's you are, without being on the nailhead, you were right there. My dad was that smartest kid until he passed away. Yeah, accurate. I mean, in all of fairness, I'm still that smart ass kid with some people, like with my aunts, and they hate me for it. But like, I don't think that that's an age thing. Like that's accurate. Like I think that's just that's just that person.
Yeah, and I think I just in general, I don't always get along with that personality type.
I've noticed.
I'm learning.
I'm aware. But yeah, like I think it's just that kid. And I think here's one thing I will say. These kids have so much access to information that we just didn't have.
Right.
And they can weaponize it. Because okay, so it's gonna sound like a humble brag. I'm gonna try to humble brag. No, I was a really, really smart kid. So I would use this stuff against people all the time. I would use medical terminology. I would use psychological terminology. I would say these things because I knew it could disarm people. I have been an emotional terrorist since I was a child. Thank you, trauma. But like when you have access to these words and you know how to weaponize them and you're not mature enough to have a conversation, you're going to do it. So these kids have access to these words that can be really, again, like we said, like we're just going to shut conversation down. They have access to these words and they know how to weaponize them and they know how to use them as opposed to having a real conversation. You're a pedophile if you sexualize this character. You know what? You have a valid point. All media across the world has a problem with sexualizing minors. What do we do about it? What I'm hearing is you don't want to have a conversation. You want to yell at old people.
Right.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. And that's also a thing where, because again, like we were all teenagers once. Like I've said, I know I was an asshole. 100%.
Accurate.
And I know, you know how I really know this because again, I have children and your children give back everything that you gave and more. And both of my children are sarcastic smartasses. And I'm like, ooh.
Oh my God. My little cousin,
see myself in that.
He loves music from Africa. And I wanted to be like, I don't like that this song isn't in English, my weeaboo fucking ass. Up here bopping to fucking Gravitation OST. I don't like that this song not in English. Like
it's just having kids really just shows it just it shows me how awful I was
It makes
at
me
that
question why
age.
more children aren't left in the woods.
Honestly, makes me listen.
Why wasn't I left in the woods?
For real.
Right.
It makes me proud of myself because I see how much I've grown. I still have a lot.
I'm glad you feel that way because I mostly just look at it like, why wasn't I left in the woods?
No, I'm glad that I wasn't because I feel like I
I'm
turned
glad
out to be
too,
all
but like,
right.
let's see.
Just oof.
I was on Quizzilla a lot, watched AMVs. Yes, AMVs.
Aww.
I know. Beginning of a fandom career. Yep. AMVs were so good.
See, like, there's so much that I missed about it. And
Yes.
again, we know it's because like when I first entered into that, like, into the manga anime like world as much as I wanted to or could, I was a mom. Like
right.
I literally had an infant.
You had things to do. Yeah.
And so, I just couldn't
yeah, you didn't have the time to interact like
now.
No.
I have so much.
But yeah, like I kind of like that question because I don't know. I would actually say that this is more toxic only because it's less. So I think I mentioned this when we talked about gatekeeping. A lot of that old fandom also felt like it was training us for war against others. Sort of like that training sequence in Mulan where like we're all training to fight against others because anime back then was such a battle. Like I know I had to defend my club after the Belgian Kira murder case, which was a real kid in Belgium who decided to do some Death Note murders. I had to defend my club and then not have us disbanded after that happened.
Right.
So our whole existence as anime fans was always so tenuous. So while there was a lot of infighting, it was infighting to strengthen us against the enemy at the gate. This just feels like infighting for infighting.
Yeah.
There's nothing gained by calling an older fan a pedo. There's nothing gained by throwing out some pseudo-intellectual hot take about race when you're white poster.
Right. You know what? I also wonder too, because which I know that yes, I know the internet like existed in that time, but like the internet now is
it's so different.
So different.
It's so different.
It's so global. Like I wonder if, and I'm speaking specifically about Twitter because that's where I spend most of my time and see most of the discourse. I sometimes wonder if how do I say this without sounding like a freaking American? But
now
like,
you have to say it.
Yeah. Well, I often wonder sometimes if some of the like misunderstandings and fighting is due to like language differences. Like,
no,
you don't think so?
No,
because
no, I wouldn't say that at all.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, maybe some cultural differences. But and again, like a lot of it is. How do I say this without sounding like an angry Black person?
Yeah.
A lot of it right now is white people once more yelling about brown issues, and brown people aren't offended. So like the comment I was talking about was someone talking about Leon from Pokemon Sword and Shield, and people call him a himbo because he is thick. He's one of the thicker boys in that game, and a lot of times like they'll when in other narratives that aren't the mainline game, they will play up that one of his key traits is he's bad with directions. He's a bit of an airhead. So depending on who's writing him, they can write him as a little bit dumber than he really is because they've never said he's dumb. He's just bad at directions. So there was someone that I follow who writes a Raihan Leon fanfic, and I like their work, but original poster is white.
Okay.
And I respect your opinion about being concerned about how intellectualism appears in people of color, but this is Pokemon. He's not of African descent. There is no Africa. There was no slavery. They never say he's Black. So you can't correlate those issues. Also, not to hammer this point in, you're white. Let Black people say that.
Yeah. And it kind of feels weird for a white person to automatically assume that a black character or a black seeming character
Right.
is being written in a certain way.
Right.
Because it's like, do you think that about black
And don't get me
people?
wrong, there are definitely some fan narratives of Leon where he's dumb as rocks.
Yeah.
But that's just bad writing. I don't
Right.
naturally ascribe that to racism.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's just pseudo-intellectual. It's that Tumblr bullshit of, I want to understand and be here for the feminist. And all you're doing is shouting over people who really are being affected. So I don't think that has anything to do with language. That has nothing to do with anything. It's just this one fucking guy who has too much time on his hands and thinks he's helping, and he's not.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of it is. It's the best of intentions. It's the Coney 2012. It's you think you're helping. I know, I took it way back.
I almost forgotten about that.
You know, you think you're helping. Look at you defending the blacks because they can't do it on their own.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't have said that.
Right.
Because someone else of color couldn't have said that.
Right. Although to be fair, we do be saying it, and then who's listening but other black people?
Or we get told to be less angry.
Yeah.
Or just not listen to it.
I'm just saying, clearly, because white people aren't listening
we do be saying. We do.
White people aren't listening because the same thing keeps happening. Yeah. So clearly we're not being heard. So maybe if white people stand up and say the things, they'll listen to each other.
That's what's happening. And the black people are just like, I wasn't offended. Which is internet discourse in a nutshell.
I hate it.
Is white people yelling at each other. Not the blacks.
Yes, the blacks.
Not the blacks. You know, it's white people yelling at each other.
Hi, Shay.
Hello. And then black people being like, but we were fine with this. No, you weren't. Okay.
It's like, oh, well, okay.
I guess we're going back to the field because you have no use for us, clearly. You know, you've had this whole dialogue without asking any of us.
It's like, oh, well, okay.
Well, I guess they're going back to the field, I guess. I don't know.
Would we be in the field, though?
Us? Oh, I would have been executed a long time ago. I'm way too mouthy.
I was gonna say I'm not actually gonna be working. So yeah,
we would both be dead
immediately.
Immediately. We're just talking about how people love to get offended on. Yes, people love to get offended on behalf of black people, but then if a black person says it, they need to be quiet and tone it down, and you're being really aggressive and really rude.
And this also
accurate. It feels like the loudest voices are heard, and that's still mostly white. It's mostly white.
Bit my tongue. No, I bit my tongue the other day very badly, to the point where like blood was like pouring out, and I was like, oh my God, I think I just bit my tongue off. And so I ran to the bathroom, and Matt walked in and saw it. He's like, oh my God, I didn't bite it off, but there is still like, it's still healing, and I keep accidentally kind of biting on it again, and I hate it.
So fun fact about me, when I had a palatal expander, my upward tongue thrust was so strong that I almost cut my tongue in half, pressing it against the palatal expander. My ortho said that I have the most powerful tongue thrust he'd ever seen. I broke 2 retainers. I know. I broke 2 whole retainers. I broke 2 lower retainers. And I still have this cool line across my tongue. That is a scar.
See, I know you were a hoe in school. I know you were a hoe.
I know you was hoeing.
I know it.
I'd open my mouth and show you, but I don't know what the state of my mouth looks like right now. I don't know what the current state of my mouth looks like.
That's fair.
Right back there. I can still feel it. There's a little ridge.
Oh my gosh. See, this is what I need to, because it like really, like I've been trying to let it heal.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, when I say I bit like I almost bit a chunk off of my tongue. Like I could see
Yeah.
that. I can see it like there, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I really.
I mean, this
fucked my
scar has
tongue
taken
up.
years to heal.
Ugh.
Like the tongue takes a slow amount of time to heal.
Mm.
Also, I got to do something stupid because I saw on TikTok that brown Listerine is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The original Listerine, the yellowy one.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Brown Listerine doesn't give a fuck about you.
No,
It doesn't give a fuck about your family. It doesn't give a fuck about brown
your
Listerine,
sinuses.
your sinuses, your daddy issues, your mommy issues.
Mm.
Brown Listerine don't give a fuck.
Nope.
I think I lasted 10 seconds.
That's why I don't. I as soon as I started making other kinds of Listerine, I started buying those because
my aunt's a hygienist, so I always grew up with like the bubblegum surprise mouthwash because she just wanted us to have
lucky.
She didn't care how it was accomplished. She just wanted us to have clean teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And like my grandfather used Listerine, but he didn't use the yellow bile one.
Yeah, we did.
So I'm so sorry. Yeah, I saw it on TikTok and I was like, this can't be that bad. And I was at Walmart getting stuff for Thanksgiving and they had a little thing. I was like, I'm not going to buy the big fucking thing.
Mm-hmm,
if this is as bad as they say, I'm not wasting $4 on a thing of Listerine the size of a toddler.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought the little one. Brown Listerine.
It's bad. Honestly, I also growing up, we used a lot of, we switched a lot of peroxide.
That's not good for you.
No. But as a kid, I didn't.
That's not good for you.
My mother was like, here. And so we would gargle.
My dad would brush his teeth with like only baking soda.
There were times if we ran out of toothpaste, we were
to
forced
use baking soda. And it's like, Dad, you're not supposed to do this. Like, shut up. Like, okay.
Freaking just bad. And then it tastes really gross. Like, so when you try to go and drink something, I'd have to brush my teeth with baking soda before school. And then I'd go to school and eat breakfast and get like juice.
The worst taste.
And it would taste disgusting.
Yep.
That's what being poor is like. When you grow up poor and black, you gargle with peroxide and you brush your teeth.
Or honestly, when you're not poor, but your parents remember being poor.
That too.
Like when I broke my wrist and my dad put camphor-phenique on a fracture for 3 days. My dad put camphor-phenique.
Triggered.
He put camphor-phenique on a fracture for 3 days. Baking soda. Yep.
Triggered. Oh man.
That's like, and I finally because it wasn't negligence. Like it wasn't like an open fracture. There wasn't like bone showing. It was a hairline fracture. Like because whenever I tell that story, people assume that like my hand's fallen off and my dad's putting Canfo on it. It's not that bad. It was a hairline fracture in my wrist.
Right.
So it was just swollen and it hurt. And like I mean, I guess like white parents would have immediately taken their kid to the doctor, not black folk.
Because
you put some Canfo on it.
Also, there's a lack of trust.
There is a very earned lack of trust in doctors.
Yes, absolutely. So
as someone who the mom's side of the family survived the Tuskegee syphilis study, there is a very earned lack of trust in doctors.
Right. Yeah.
I had a hairline fracture and for 2-3 days, Dad just put Canfo on it. And I'm like, I finally got to school because it happened like over the weekend. I got to school and I couldn't write because it was my dominant hand.
Oh no.
And my homeroom teacher is like, yeah, she needs to go see someone.
No.
She she needs to go see a doctor. And my dad begrudgingly took me to the doctor, and doctor's like, yeah, if you let this continue, it would have fractured her growth plate and she would have needed surgery.
Oh my gosh.
Because that's what happens when you keep trying to work a broken hand.
Right. Put some Windex on it.
Unless you've had an egg rubbed on you, you don't know. Unless you've had someone try. My senpai rubbed an egg on me when I told her I had pneumonia. And it's like, this isn't helping. It's like, but it makes me feel better. Those were her words.
We always use Vapor Rub.
There was Vapor Rub. The egg is very Mexican.
Vapor
That's
Rub.
very Mexican. You rub the egg, and then the egg takes all the sickness, and then you put the egg under the bed.
That sounds like some.
It's very witchy.
Yeah.
It's very witchy. But I told my senpai that I wasn't feeling well. And she's like, I'm gonna rub an egg on you, and it's like, who is this helping? It's like, it's helping me.
Yeah.
So senpai didn't feel as useless as rubbing an egg on my chest.
Ugh, I'm a huge fan. To this day, I'm a huge fan of Vicks Vapor Rub.
Okay, so here's the black test.
Mm.
Where did you put your Vicks Vapor Rub?
Under my
triggered, full trigger. Where did you put? Yeah,
right here,
where
right
you're not supposed to put it.
And I would put it on my chest. If it was really bad, I would put it on my chest.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to go here. You're
right
not
here.
supposed to do
to
that.
This day,
it says on the box not to do that. And I remember my dad, because I've told stories about my dad. My dad was 6'3" at the time of his death.
Mm-hmm.
He'd put that fucking hand just into the Vicks Vapor Rub and just like he was anointing a Native American baby on my face and just it was so rough.
I still, to this day,
I will put a little bit right here.
I will.
I'm not going to do like a Hitler stash of it. I'll put
a
little right here. No.
And I also, did you ever
on your feet?
I didn't put it on my feet.
Okay.
I didn't.
I know people who do it on their feet.
used to put Vaseline on my feet and put socks on over it to like make them soft.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah. But were you ever the person, like, did you ever like walk around with like toilet paper sticking out of your nose, out of your nostrils? Like, did you ever like?
No.
Okay. I did that because I was a weirdo.
Okay. That's like, that's like you being a weird kid. That's you being a weird child.
That was just weird. What other thing? Oh, ginger ale or
ginger
Sprite ale. When your stomach is.
Now here's the real question. What brand?
What brand of ginger ale?
Because there's only one answer.
Okay. We always used what is it? Canada Dry.
That's it.
Like, because
there's only one.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I got norovirus, and I had someone pick up my groceries because I wasn't leaving the house. Like I couldn't keep water down. I wasn't going to the grocery store. So I asked for saltines, I asked for yogurt, I asked for bread, and I asked for ginger ale. So my you're not supposed to put it under your nose. It says on the box not to put it under your nose. Oh. But my shopper had like a substitution, and they always call, just in case. And I asked, hey, do you have the ginger ale? And she's like, yes. It's like, what kind? And she's like, I got Schweppes.
I knew you were gonna say that. No,
like, please go back and get Canada Dry.
Yes,
please.
Because Schweppes is not.
I've
tried it.
It's not the same.
Not the same.
It's not the same. Though, fun fact, Canada Dry is consistently sued for not having enough ginger to be called ginger ale.
Really?
Yeah, they're in a lawsuit right now that like there's legally not enough ginger in Canada Dry to be called ginger ale.
Interesting.
But like we were never a Schweppes house, but it's like we go back.
Canada Dry.
Canada Dry.
I didn't even know Schweppes existed until well into my adulthood. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like,
yeah, like it's so.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Okay, I know about Lucozade because my former RP partner was British. Talk about Lucozade. Do you guys have any vampire or werewolf recommendations? Do we?
For BL?
BL? A strange and mystifying story.
Oh, Coyote, I guess. But I haven't read it yet.
No, it's not. No.
No? Okay.
No. Please don't false advertise Coyote.
Okay.
Please don't. No.
Okay, never mind. Don't.
It's not. No.
Ignore me.
Okay. Oh. Also, I really want a vampire werewolf high school romance or a werewolf prince and a vampire. Okay, first of all, I really don't support the mixing of vampires and werewolves. As someone who grew up with Anne Rice vampires, our kind do not mingle.
Yeah, they're enemies.
They're enemies, and they are subservient to the dominant species.
This is true. But I'm trying to think of...
A strange and mystifying story has a hot guy with ears. I feel like there's some. All of them escape me.
Like, I was gonna say there has to be. But
I just don't read a lot.
I don't think I've read any of them.
Coyote's good. It's just not werewolves. We just don't want to. We don't want to false advertise what Coyote is.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I'm blanking. Yeah,
like I genuinely.
We'll have to do some research and we'll get back to that on Twitter. because I know that they exist. I think Aisha and I have said this before. We're both kind of vampire fans, so we're both very picky about it in literature. So like, I don't fuck around with anyone's vampire.
Yeah.
Like I'm selective,
right? And we are both like we both frequently mention Anne Rice and her vampires, the Vampire Chronicles, which to this day, I'm one of those people. And so
A Century of Temptation for Vampires. Okay, that sounds fun.
Okay.
There we go. Yay.
Yeah.
I feel like there was one that like just recently came out. It was like a vampire and his pleasant gentleman or something that people are saying is good. I think it's I don't know.
That sounds
I've like seen buzz about it.
Okay. Cause yeah, I don't know. That's so weird that I
really like vampires as a motif. I just I don't trust people anymore because it's so easy to do it wrong.
Yeah, it's so maybe I'll look at some. Well, this isn't BL though, because see, that's the thing too. Is like because I am reading a webcomic.
Yeah,
but it's not BL at all. So
it's not BL, so it doesn't count.
It doesn't. Like it's good though.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah. I'm not gonna judge on that.
Right. I mean, I guess if you're just desperate for vampires, it's called Unholy Blood and it's on Webtoon and it's really good. But it's there again, it's not BL. It's not gay at all, which is sad. It's just good.
Just read fan fiction. Like if you want that to happen, just read fanfic. Fanfic is full of vampires. Fanfic is lousy with vampires.
Yeah, I'd have to do some like. Okay.
Let's see suggestions. We're helping. We're not useless.
Right. I kind of feel bad now. I'm like, dang.
Am I
a fan?
No, I don't, because we've said it before that like we're not huge on this.
I'm like, dang. Do I know anything?
Dang, am I a fake fan?
Right?
Like, am I a fake fan? Am I gonna get canceled?
Like, how do I not know any of these?
Yeah, I know I've read them. I just for whatever reason, none of them are in my brain.
I don't even
wait. Some of the dojins to Maiden Rose are exactly vampire and werewolf.
Interesting.
Where Taki is a vampire prince and Klaus is a werewolf knight. So there you go.
Okay. Yeah. I'm still cackling about Vicks Vapor Rub.
You're not supposed to put it under your nose. It says so on the box.
I never knew that. I literally never knew that.
Twilight with all the sexual tension.
Was there sexual tension in Twilight?
In Twilight? Was there? I don't remember. I mostly remember going to Twilight prom with my now former best friend and threatening to sell him.
I mean, there was definitely sexual tension between me and some of the characters as I was reading, but other than that, yeah. Well,
yeah, I went to Twilight prom with my now former best friend, and
interesting.
So someone was like, "Oh my God, are you the Bella to his Edward?" And I said, "I will sell him to you for $1." Yeah, you're not supposed to put Q-tips in your ears.
And I grew up definitely sticking them all the way up in my ears.
Yeah,
I don't now, but sometimes I miss that feeling because I'm not gonna lie.
Of having your eardrum penetrated?
It didn't.
No.
Okay.
No. Try candling.
That sounds kinky.
You put a candle in your ear and you let the heat and the wax
drip into my ear.
Well, it's not supposed to drip.
I don't know about that, but I haven't. I just in the shower, I put my head under the thing and I let the water get in and then I shake it out.
Because you want an ear infection? Because you want swimmer's ear?
No.
Or an ear infection is what I'm hearing. Okay, cool.
I like the feel. I like how it feels.
You like getting ear infections. Excellent.
No. See, okay. This is what. Okay.
You know
Okay,
I do realize that I don't know how many are vampires for BL.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Like it's a shockingly like not tread world.
Right. Okay, because I was
I
like
feel
sitting
like
there.
it should be.
It should be. There
It
should
should
be all
be
kinds of
right.
vampires are so gay. At the very like I so I
Well,
don't
according to Anne Rice, vampires also can't
chicken.
maintain an erection,
Yeah.
which has never stopped fangirls ever. Let's see,
No,
if
never
you want
stopped
gay
me.
vampires, just read Anne Rice.
Yeah, they are so
They wilding out there.
They're odd. Like they are an odd mix of like hypersexual and also asexual.
Very
Like it's just
it's like you can tell she's backpedaling at every chapter.
like it's
like,
interesting because I'm like he's
I'm
really
glad,
horny, but also asexual.
not.
Like
Yeah,
I don't.
And then you have Lestat, who's just everything, who's just the most.
Oh, I love him.
He's
honestly.
perfect.
I love him so much.
I've read Incubus. That does have demons and vampires.
Okay.
So see, that was a good question.
Yeah,
we helped. We contributed. We contributed to the discourse.
Yeah. Yay. Look at us.
But I'm glad that you guys liked that last episode. I again had a good time recording it. I was fine. Yes.
I think we had a good I'm trying to I don't remember it. Even as I was watching I was like, I don't remember.
It was also like 3 hours, if I recall.
It was, and I was like, I don't remember. But it was also like we had fun.
It looks like we had a good time. It was also like 3 hours, so yeah, probably. Our next episode is going to be on why Fujos get so much hate, and I'm kind of looking forward to that. And just because I do feel like a lot of it is unfortunately kind of deserved. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm not going to defend my kind 100%.
Yeah, that's fair.
A lot of the hate that we receive, I'll say this, we certainly are not helping ourselves very often, are we? we certainly aren't doing a lot to help ourselves. But we do try. So we're going to talk about Fujo hate. And I think that's our season finale, isn't it?
Yes, because what is this month? This is November. So December. I don't understand time anymore, okay?
You did not
I don't understand time.
Why do you say that? Which part?
Yeah, why do we say what?
That we deserve some of the hate that we get?
Oh.
You know what? I'll leave that for the episode.
Yeah. You'll have to listen to the episode.
Yeah, you'll have to listen to it. But I don't think that we do a lot to help ourselves sometimes.
Oh.
Secret Moon.
Oh, not okay.
I do like novels. I'll fuck with a novel.
Noted.
Yeah, I just you'll have to wait for the episode to come out because I have thoughts. But yeah, I don't think that we do a lot to help ourselves sometimes.
And I think that can be said. Honestly, that can be said for a lot of
like realistic, it's not going to be as hot takey as it sounds. It's not going to be as inflammatory as it sounds right now with no context.
It's more so just being introspective and looking into we got to know, it's kind of like you have to understand sometimes you do things as a group might do things that I understand.
And a lot of it honestly applies to just anime fans in general.
It's like whenever the conversation comes up all the time on Twitter when people are like, oh, I got made fun of in high school because I liked anime, and then people are like, you didn't get made fun of for liking anime, you got made fun of because
you were Naruto running through the halls. Like you deserve to be made fun of.
Yeah, or because you didn't wear deodorant and you wore those button up polyester vaguely Asian-esque shirt. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Okay, yes. And they didn't wear deodorant, and they like that's why people got
like, like that's why you were made fun of. Like,
and but people don't want to acknowledge that, know, because
like,
I liked anime in high school and no one made fun of me.
I was made fun of it in junior high when like it was still
Mm-hmm.
kind of new and weird.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, like in high school, anime was not the reason I was being made fun of. And if it was, I completely deserved it.
I was getting made when I look at like my yearbook photos and stuff, I know exactly why I was getting made fun of, because I was a freaking dork, and I not even just looked like one, I acted like one.
There was a high school anime club meeting where I ended up tied to a chair in a yukata while my co-hide drew on my face. It was mutual, but I was not expecting to be tied to a chair. The tied to a chair part was new. Will you talk about obsessive behavior? Yes.
Because I don't need to see that mirror. Listen.
We are. I'll put in a trigger warning for intense introspection, because yes, we are.
To this day, I have obsessive tendencies.
#same.
Embarrassing. I recognize it.
I do.
It's embarrassing, but
it is.
Have I changed?
I try. I think
also,
yeah, Naruto running in the gym was fun though.
To be fair, I don't think Naruto was airing in English when I was in high school, so
I don't think it was either. Now that
I really don't think it was.
I'm in this comment and I don't like it. It's gonna be a painful episode for a lot of us.
Yeah, because we just gotta look at ourselves.
Yeah, it's gonna end the season with some therapy, because trust.
I mean, just keep in mind, like, just think about
who you were at 16.
Well, or think about who you are at 34.
And that you're not the same person that you were at 16.
Oof. I can't, if I'm like how I am now, I can't imagine how I would have been at 16 if I had access to the internet and Yaoi.
I think we've established that you'd probably be a fan of mine.
Yes. Oh God.
Which kind of intimidates me a little bit.
No, I don't think, no, you shouldn't be.
Okay, fair. Yeah, we're all going to be in this comment and no one's going to like it.
No.
There was a TikTok that I saw today that was I'm sorry for not keeping in contact with you. I shut down because I didn't want to be a burden. I didn't want to burden you with my sadness. And I was like, hi, I'm in this video and I really don't like it.
I see stuff all the time. Like there was a tweet that someone made talking about people with over a certain amount of tweets, like, how does it feel to not know how to shut the fuck up? And I was like, ooh.
That's fine.
And then I retweeted it because I was like, this is like, if
I didn't want
like
this
imagine
wig.
How I am on Twitter. It's worse in real life. Like,
yeah, that's fine. I didn't want this wig with my 26,000 tweets. I didn't want this wig at all.
Yeah, I was
fuck this wig. I didn't want it.
I do be talking.
We do be talking. But yeah, like it's gonna be. I'm excited to talk about it because I do think that one, it's important to go over on our end of how we can be better, and then two, understanding where a lot of the hate does come from, because some of it is completely outside, and like we could be perfect and like we'd still get it. So I'm excited about recording this episode that will come out in December. All this time I thought it was just a fake fan. No, like that's the thing, like, because and I have this talk with Aisha sometimes, because like she'll say that she's casual, and it's like, you're not casual, you're just not. I think also a lot of it's maturity, because I can't say that I'm a casual fan in good faith. I cannot say that I'm a casual fan.
Right.
Y'all just don't hear me talk about it.
Right. Side note,
you're doing it.
Yeah, well, because I'm one of the hosts, so, but
which is why I said the word.
Oh yes, so because like for the podcast, like we do like pre-film or pre-record, or like we're probably. I think we're recording tomorrow. Yeah. I'm like trying to think of like
you thought about that way too long for us to be literally in the booth tomorrow.
So yeah. So we always like record before.
Ahead of time.
Yeah. And it makes it so much easier.
Yes.
I do have a tendency to still, for whatever reason, procrastinate on actually editing, but this time I'm gonna have to edit sooner.
Right. So and the only thing that it might affect is a live stream for that month.
Well,
I said might.
Maybe because
I said might.
Okay.
Because also, like, in theory, we'd be going home for Christmas and stuff too. So, like,
yeah, which I don't think.
I said in theory. In theory.
Yeah.
We're all gonna get the vaccine and everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Shut up.
But so yeah, I will definitely make time. Also, I'm not really gonna be uploading every day. I am considering doing I'm very much considering possibly going live every day for like a certain amount of time, because I will be reading. I'm going to start reading Yona of the Dawn. I know, not Yaoi, but and I want to read pretty much a volume a day, because I have up to 26 volumes, or up to the 26th volume. And so I think I might read Yona live every day at a certain time, possibly. So I'll make it. Listen, I always do too much and make it work somehow. So we'll see.
This is the first time I'm hearing about any of her plans. So I guess when she has time, I'll figure it out.
Which is a usual. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. If you were sorry, you'd change.
I don't know why I do this.
Like, this is the first time I'm hearing about any of this. So I guess when she finds time in her schedule, I'll figure it out.
I don't know why I do this.
I don't know why you do it either.
No.
I just let you. I don't know why. This is the first time I'm hearing about any of this. I saw it on Twitter and I was like, okay, I guess she'll tell me when she needs to tell me. Hasn't told me.
And you know good and well that I would not even think to say anything.
No, because you said you'd get better. So I trusted you. Apparently, I was wrong for doing that.
I be forgetting. I just forget.
You tweet about it.
Yeah, and then I immediately forget.
I can't. I fucking can't. So yeah, I guess I'll find time whenever she's available, I guess.
I'll put it this way. Yaoi shelf takes priority.
That's not true.
It has been, yes, yeah, it has been. The Yaoi, okay, the Yaoi shelf has been one of the most consistent things for me.
I was like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. If I don't, like, not even shady, just like, no, it doesn't.
If I don't do anything else, I will always make time for the Yaoi shelf.
Okay. There will still be an episode next month if that's your concern.
100%.
Yes, because we're recording literally tomorrow.
Yes.
When that episode gets edited and posted, to be determined. Lovingly.
I'm not going to even say. I'm not even.
You're not going to open that door for yourself.
I'm not going to put that. I'm not going to do it to myself, because I'm setting myself up to fail.
Yep. So you will get an episode next month.
Yes.
That I can promise you that.
Yes. Definitely.
I'm so glad you have this rich schedule for 25 days of manga. I'm glad you shared that with me.
Literally no, like, honestly. And I keep seeing, like, my other, like, co-hosts, they're planning.
They sure are tweeting about it, and I'm like,
and okay, I'm just like, oh wait, maybe I should.
She's gonna tell me her schedule for this any day now. That hasn't happened.
I'm like, oh, maybe I should. If it makes you feel any better,
it doesn't.
I do the same thing.
No, it doesn't. No. That's like Jean Baptiste. I hit all my boyfriends. It's fine, right? No.
It means you're not alone. Okay.
Neither was Ono.
Why is my face red? What the heck?
Shame.
What is happening?
It's shame. The spirit comes for you. I'm just sitting here like she's gonna tell me any day now what her schedule is so we can coordinate. No, apparently not. That's fine.
I just see, yes, this is me because I don't know how. I don't plan. What is planning? What is it?
But you can't do that when you're working with other people.
I know, and this is like I need to work. I need to. Okay.
I think what's so sad is like me sitting there like a dying animal waiting for you to tell me, knowing full well it's not happening. It's like a Homeward Bound. I'm just sitting there on the porch waiting. It's like one day she's gonna tell me what her schedule is. I see her tweeting about it. She's gonna say it. Any day I'm gonna get a text message and she's gonna tell me her schedule and we can make a coordinated plan of attack. Nope.
And to be fair, it really isn't like a me not tell. It's just like I don't have a plan.
No, I know. That's why I'm not angry. Like that's why I'm laughing at it. But
it's like I don't even know what I'm doing.
It's just I feel like the dog from Futurama, where I'm just sitting there waiting. It's like one day she'll tell me, and that day just never comes.
And I was reading like I really am big into like astrology and like birth charts and things. And every time I reread my birth chart from astrology, whatever it is, Astro Cafe or whatever, every time I reread it, I'm just dragged and just triggered every time. And I'm like, this is
my
why
co-star,
can't I change this? I need to
my co-star has been brutal the last few days.
I've kind of stopped because it started to hurt my feelings.
Yeah, co-star is like the brown Listerine of astrology.
Yeah.
There was one line in mine that said, this is commendable for someone to listen to other opinions from a person who usually only thinks the most important opinion is their own. And I was like, hi.
Damn.
Hi there. Right. It's like,
yeah,
I didn't need that from you. I didn't.
Ooh, I need to. Okay. If you like tarot, I recently stumbled upon this lady on YouTube who I love her vibe. When I grow up, I want to be like her, but she does excellent tarot readings. Mm-hmm. And to the point where even Matt is like, oh, that's interesting. Like,
I do like tarot,
but yeah, like, and she's kinder in her delivery, but I still get getting dragged.
That's like, nice.
Oof. So yeah, I'm clearly a masochist. I love to be just told how trash I am. I guess.
So the last paragraph of my co-star is the broader focus of your life during this time is to take action in order to avoid real difficulties, like dominating others or being dominated without your consent. Judgment, if anything, is useless. Compassion towards self and others is the ultimate gentleness.
Oh, that's not too harsh.
Do you not know who I am? Yes, it is. Yes, this is. I'm sorry, have we not met? You want me to be nice? You want me to be nice to myself?
Right? Mine basically is just like, bitch, you need to get your head out of the past and quit hanging on to things, let it go. And yeah, it's just
not really into astrology during the lockdown. The Astrology Podcast 2020. Yeah. I've always been like weirdly into it.
Me too.
Unless it's wrong. And then I hate it.
Yeah. I was always into it just kind of like for fun. Mm-hmm. But like,
and then it started hitting.
Yeah. And something about like this year, especially, I've just been like, okay, I need to quit playing myself and pretending like I don't actually believe in this. Now, obviously I don't use it to like to run my whole life, but it's very
also never a rationalization to be a garbage person.
Exactly.
Because I see a lot of that where it's like, I'm a Scorpio, so I'm just
that's why I'm trash. And I'm
like, no, you're a bitch because you're a bitch. Like, you're
right. I like to use it more so in the way of like, okay, let me is this validating things that have already been in the back of my mind?
Right.
And do I need to, what do I need to work on?
So which is the sound of us not talking about BL.
Oh, well, okay, but we talked about BL so much at the beginning. We had to stay on brand and talk about not BL.
Talk about literally anything else.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to recording tomorrow.
Yes.
We will have discussions then about what our schedule looks like for December.
Yes, for sure.
Because I will make her.
Yes. We may as well.
That's usually how that ends up going. Is like, hey, while I have you, and I just like open up my planner.
Yes.
That's usually how that ends up happening.
What I'll end up doing is like basically revolving everything around. Like it's easier for me to revolve like my Mama Loves Manga stuff around like the Yaoi shelf, the Yaoi shelf and the Yuri cast because I work with other people. You know what I mean? Like because I work with two other people, I'm like, let me see what y'all's schedules are and what y'all want to do, and then I can just
see. It actually should be the opposite, at least for me, because my schedule is the most consistent, and yours is the one that's the most up in the air.
That's true.
I know it is. I'm aware. I'm gonna finally get back to the doctor. Like, why do you have high blood pressure? I'm gonna have a picture of you in my wallet.
No. Every time you look at it,
I'm gonna have a photo of you in the Roomba in my wallet. This is why I have high blood pressure. This one fucking UK that I don't even get to sleep with. That I don't even get. I get nothing out of this outside of stress.
I mean, at least
and occasionally good conversations.
At least I'm like slightly attractive. I mean,
you're good. Yeah, you're not bad to look at.
I'm not bad to look at. That's something.
That felt really mean. I don't know why. That felt.
I'm like, at least I'm somewhat attractive.
That felt. I don't know why. That felt super mean.
I have some good qualities.
There's a lot of baggage with them.
Tell me about it.
There's a whole rucksack outside of just baggage,
trust issues, and self-esteem issues.
Just rattling along with all the other stuff. I mean, same.
Oof.
Same.
Oof.
But
being a human sucks.
I know, it's really garbage.
But
this was fun. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed.
This was fun.
I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the last episode.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was going to say.
It's okay. I think we're tired.
It's dark
and hungry, and
that felt like asking your dad how you look before he goes, all right. Not false.
That is, yeah.
Because here's the thing, and I've learned this because I always thought that I was different because I'm not like other girls. I asked one of my friends how I looked in costume once. Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't know if I like that wig. I turned into Hades from the Hercules movie, just flames. It's like, you fucking what? Like, I was fully ready
to fight,
to square. So I had a dream earlier this week where my former best friend called me fat. And here's how it happened. Like, I don't know, like for whatever reason, like I was getting changed. I was like putting on skinny jeans. It was happening like concurrently. Mm-hmm. And he gestures at my stomach, like, are you going to do something about all of that? He says that in the dream. And I have never woken up more ready to fucking take someone down. And this is a person I've legit not spoken to in months. I have not spoken to him in months. I've not seen him in months. I was dukes up fucking ready.
I'm angry for you. I'm angry for you. Yes. I have had dreams where I have woken up like angry.
Mad at someone.
Usually Matt. And he's like, I didn't even do anything. I'm like, yeah, right. My dream. I have
and like it's so funny because like it's not even like someone that I talk to all the time. I literally have not spoken to this guy in months.
And had he ever done that before you?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
But oh my God. I woke up ready to fucking I was ready.
What I would do if a friend
said that to me or said that to you. Yeah. It's like what do you say to that? Where it's like, okay.
Like I can't even imagine saying like, and I feel like I'm a friend. Like if you ask me like if an outfit looks good on you, I am very much like I want you to feel good and comfortable. Right. So I will be honest and say, well, we could try this, or like maybe the color. I don't know. Like
Right.
if we're actually asking for like
right.
advice.
And that I think that's half the battle, is figuring out if I'm
Like,
actually asking.
yeah, it's like if I feel like you're just wanting me to tell you
Yes.
you're pretty, I will tell you you're pretty.
Exactly. Because there are days that I actually want the feedback, like, hey,
yes,
this makes you look like you ate the person this outfit belongs on.
I would never say that, but
I've said it about myself. I've said it about myself.
That's you can say that, but no one else can.
Accurate. 100% true. If anyone else said that about me, I would
I constantly drag myself for looking like no, I shouldn't say that because this might be triggering for people. I was gonna say like the before of like the before and after ED pictures.
That's a little it's a smidge triggering.
That's
But it's
a
not
little
awful.
Triggering.
It's not the most problematic thing we've said.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm just like, girl, you are too skinny.
You need to eat. I've never had that problem in my life.
Yeah. So I would drag myself, but if somebody else said that to me, I'd be like,
I was at the A&W Long John Silver's last night. Would you tell you exactly how my night went?
Yeah,
that I was at the A&W Long John Silver's. That should tell you exactly how my night was. And I was trying to be nice to everyone because it's late. It was like 7, but it was dark. It was like, and the cashier lady was like, "You are so sweet. Come back anytime." And I was like, "I didn't get to 250 pounds by not visiting you." And I drove off because that's the kind of person I am. It's like, I did not get to this weight not knowing what your food tastes like, which is salty but good.
I haven't had. You know what? I haven't had Long John Silver's.
It's not food.
Forever.
It is not food, but I'll fuck with it.
I used to love it. Like when I
Your hush puppies, I will still fight someone for.
Listen,
fucking clam strips.
Ooh,
I do like a clam strip. But
see, now I'm hungry. Okay,
So you know it's bad when we literally, we're not talking about good food. We're talking about Long John Silver's.
And that's how
that's how you know it's bad. Like, it's time to go. So we'll be recording December's episode tomorrow. It'll go up probably mid-December. It usually is
we usually try to keep it. Yeah,
we will figure out what we're doing as far as lives and everything for December. And then, I know this is asking a lot of you all. Let us know what you want to hear for season 2, because this is our season finale.
Oh, actually, yes. Okay, so this is our season finale. I know, like, next season, I really would love to do more reviews. I think I've said
Agreed.
this.
You have.
And even like today, like, it was really fun talking about that comic. So if y'all have any if
you have things that you want to send us, if you know someone, if you're working on something,
if you sorry, my allergies are starting to also kick in. I can't.
Are you gonna put Vicks directly under your nose tonight? Fucking
maybe. So yeah, if you have any, like, if there are any works that
you think particularly we
need to see,
just let us know.
It would be preferably things that I could maybe procure for free, because so we don't have to.
Okay, Aisha.
Like, not illegally, but like I can.
Aisha wants to be that reviewer that just gets all the press passes and pays for nothing.
Yes.
It would be fun if you could tell us what you're reading. We could read with you, and like a book club. We'll talk about that while we're on break for the holidays.
Yeah, we'll figure stuff out, and we will try to make sure that we let y'all have, like, we want feedback, but ultimately we're gonna do.
Asia, don't stop it. No, we want feedback. End of sentence.
We do want feedback.
Like, yes, sentences.
I can't help it. I'm such a mom. I'm like, you're getting, because I said so. I hate when Phineas is like, but why? And I'm just like, damn it, I don't have an actual answer, because I said
that's the problem. You don't have. That's the problem. You don't have a fucking answer,
and he knows, and he's just looking at me like,
yeah. So we will discuss that while we're on break. I doubt it'll be a long break. Like, you're not going to go like months without hearing from us.
No.
But yeah. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
You can find us together
As
I
a
will not give
unit.
you the satisfaction again. At the Yaoi shelf, nearly everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Whether the article is there or not, you will find us.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I changed it for the articles
And
everywhere.
I'm 90% sure I no longer care.
I
say that with the most love possible. On all of the list of things that I've been anal retentive about, that is the lowest on the list.
The one thing I finally do.
The one thing you were so proud of, and I'm like, that's
and
great,
you're like,
sweetie.
yeah, that's great. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. You can find me individually at ICHIMA on Twitter and amandaactually.wordpress.com if you enjoy scathing hot takes and inside jokes that are funny to 5 people.
And you can find me at Mama Loves Manga. Pretty much everywhere. Yeah, pretty much everywhere. Except for OnlyFans still. I need to do this. I need to make it a thing.
Okay.
Someone told me that I should talk about hentai on OnlyFans. And I was like, that's not a bad idea.
I like OnlyFans.
Because my last Thirsty Thursday got demonetized.
I wonder why.
So
TBH, I like OnlyFans, so
I haven't dabbled yet. Should I? Okay.
I have dabbled. I have dipped and dabbled. I like it.
Okay.
Also, something that we should probably bring up is if you wish to support the podcast monetarily, you can do so on Anchor. Again, not compulsory, but we do appreciate it, as I think none of our videos are advertiser friendly.
Yeah. Also, that would be more of an if y'all want us to read the things that y'all want us to read, that's it'll give us more incentive. I'm just saying.
Dabble.
Okay, I'm gonna dabble. I'll give it a little looky.
I got to watch a live stream last night.
Ooh.
It good. I have never regretted my purchase.
I'm a dabble.
Dabble.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you want to support us, you can support us, like Amanda said, through Anchor,
or buy merch. Holidays are coming up. Buy merch.
Yeah, that's for. It's just fun. I like to see people.
Yeah, merch makes me feel less like a whore.
Yeah, and Amanda does an excellent job with the merch.
You were gonna say good, and I loved that pause.
Well, I did.
You were going to say good, and I heard that like 5% of good. And we both tensed up a little bit because we both heard that good. And then you went to excellent. And we both relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a nature special for a brief moment. Just
so definitely, yeah. If you want, again, we're pretty
we're pretty chill about it, but
we're still gonna do this.
Yeah, your money helps, but like we're not gonna. I mean, it helps me get my gamer chair that has a massage feature.
Yeah, I mean, and we know I'm
excited for my massaging gaming chair and my melatonin vape pen.
I'm excited to see it. Like
so, I know I have to build it, which I'm not excited about, but that's
fair.
We can put that on OnlyFans, me having a butch lesbian moment of building furniture.
People would pay for that.
They would.
100%.
I know they would. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. Bye.
Bye. Don't say anything because I have to push the button twice.
I'm not saying anything.